Hi, my name is Annette Becerra, and I want to give you an update on my part in participating in the overnight walk in New York, June 20th and 21st of this year. My journey started when I lost my 23-year-old daughter, Brittany, to suicide June 21st, 2012. I can't even put into words or describe what that impact and what that feeling and those first few months were like when that happened. I wish that I was better educated. I wish I would have known that there was more help. I wish I would have known how to help, what resources were available, and I wish I would have known that I could have done more. After Brittany, there was such a sadness and such a heaviness in my heart, but there was also blame because you think that it's your fault and you live with that, not knowing that there was something else you could have done or said, and just you just don't know. But I will tell you that the very first walk, the community walk that I attended was in November 2012, and it was just me and my family, and it was at the Capitol. It was the first walk. I don't remember too much about it because I was still in, I guess, shock, but I do remember that I saw so many other loved ones that were walking for their loved ones, and I realized that we weren't alone. There was more that had lost a loved one, and they were also trying to find their way. I became a field advocate shortly after, and I began to become more educated in suicide prevention and mental illness because it goes together. Depression is part of what we struggle with, and life happens, and sometimes the weight of the world is too much, and the pain is just so huge that they it's just too much. So there's no blame. But after I became a field advocate and I educated myself more, 2 years after I lost Brittany, I attended my very first advocacy where I was selected to go ahead and attend and go to Washington, D.C., be able to share my story of my daughter, as well as listen to the laws and the guidelines and just speak to legislators and know more about that. Did I know anything about this before I lost my daughter? No, I did not. But suicide is real, mental illness is real, and depression is. If we educate ourselves, we find that hope and those tools and resources that can help us and help us reach others. I've attended every community walk here in Austin, Texas since 2012. I've attended several in Waco, Texas, and Harker Heights. I have attended, I raised money for the very first Dallas overnight walk, but unfortunately, due to health and not really taking care of myself, I was not able to walk at the very first walk in Dallas, but I was able to arrive when they finished the walk and find my daughter's luminary bag with her picture on it at that walk. I had to learn the hard way that I needed to self-care. I needed to make sure that I was taking care of myself. I needed to watch those signs that I needed to seek counseling, therapy, talk to somebody, help myself. When I attended the very first overnight walk, it was in Washington, D.C., and I attended that walk with several other really dear friends of mine that we are like family. And that was my very first completed overnight walk. The next one was in Dallas a couple of years ago, and I had the opportunity to be closer to my family that lives there, and just them to see the process and the before and the after, the energy that you have before you start the overnight walk. And then they got to see us the next day when we were exhausted and ready to go home. New York is going to be my third overnight walk that I will participate in. And this fundraising that I did this time was very emotional for me because we have plenty of time to raise the money, but to reach the goal so quickly and to have that behind you, you get to focus on the rest. Preparing for an overnight walk takes a lot, mentally, physically, and you really have to be with your health. I've really had to learn how to take better care of myself and watch for the warning signs. And I tell everybody self-care, because you have to. I have met my goal. I've had some awesome supporters during this journey, and I just can't thank all the donations that have come in, all the family support and friends that have donated from their heart. Their donations have helped me reach my goal. Officially, I am there. The emotions that are tied into reaching that goal are just, I just can't describe it, but I do encourage you to get involved, be a supporter. If you know someone that's struggling with suicide, help them, guide them. If you don't know who to talk to, find me, and I will try to find somebody for them. I wish that I would have known everything that I know now. And perhaps I could have said or done more. But what I do know is Brittany wanted to impact the world. Her thoughts were she wanted to continue to give to the homeless. She never met a stranger. She was going to give everything that she had. And she wanted to change the world. So I believe that through her, I had to find a different purpose, a way to learn how to live, go on without her, and make some sense of this loss. Does the pain go away? It doesn't. The healing never fully completes, but you learn how to go forward, take those steps, get stronger, and sometimes just take it day by day. But that's okay. The stigma around suicide is just, and if you stop and think about it, you hear that we've lost somebody to suicide almost every day. We've got to step up. We've got to make that difference. We've got to watch those warning signs. We've got to let them know that it's okay. It's okay to not be okay, but that we're there. I encourage you to learn more about it. Reach out to your communities and see what you can do and how you can be involved. Participate in any kind of community walk. Just be present. Every step that we take is a difference that we're making. And if we can continue to touch one life, we've done something. I just can't thank you enough for supporting me in my journey, helping me reach my goal, standing beside me when I didn't have the strength. Just being there. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I will continue with this journey. I will continue to fight, to be an advocate, to continue to reach out to others, to give hope, encourage others, and continue to fight, and the will to continue to live. Because life is hard, but you're not alone. Through sadness, through darkness, there is light and there is hope. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being there. And thank you for being there for others. I will walk with my Brittany and 70 other loved ones that I will carry with me to that walk. I will continue to participate in these as long as I can, as long as I'm able to. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you. Thank you for letting me share my story.